Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill,
and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hey there.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about LandPin and how it's open for business. Been a long time, Jill. Been a lot of work.
Right.
But it came out great.
Yep.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Patrick and Jessica ask, "Hi all, we are a week out from posting our properties in a few areas and have heard nothing. I know we need to be patient and continue to expand our areas of marketing, but what is the standard time to sell in a property? I am sure it depends on so many things, where you post, the demand in the area, your pricing, etc. I'm wondering at what point some of you dramatically lower your price. I can't talk today. Are we looking at weeks, months, time to sell? Question. What is a reasonable goal? Question. Thanks much."
So I gauge all of this with money. It's not really about the property. We're just moving stuff around. And I call it cash in, cash out. So when you write the check or however you purchase a property, that's cash out. And when do you get your cash back? Times whatever. Hopefully a positive multiple. For us, it's times 2. And I look back on all the properties we've ever sold, and even recently, this is true, it's about 30 days. So, directly answer your question, that's a reasonable goal. If you've done everything right in our program, if you've purchased it for 20, 30, 40% of what you really think it's worth, and you're trying to double your money, then that's really what should happen. Mm-hmm. Here's a few things that I think could get in the way of that. You purchase a property in an area where there's just tons and tons and tons of properties for sale. I'll reel off just for fun in the lower priced asset business we're all in. I'll reel off a few subdivisions that I would avoid. Deming, New Mexico is packed with half-acre properties that everybody seems to own one on the planet. Mm-hmm. There's a few subdivisions in southern Arizona that I would avoid now because there's tens of thousands of properties in these subdivisions. But in general, if you stick with acreage, like most of our members do, mm-hmm. you're going to do great. Everybody loves acreage. Mm-hmm. And I think yesterday we talked about somebody with an infill lot goal. Mm-hmm. Those are great. You should cash in and cash out of those.
It's always nervous. You're always nervous your first few properties, and I understand that. And it's funny because don't lower your prices as long as you priced it right. Patrick and Jessica have the inside track, so you know how to buy it right. You know the ballpark. You know how to price it to sell, and you know that you're under. If you did it like we really, really tell you and suggest, which is it's already priced way below anything else out there, you just need to get it out there now. That's the next thing, is just market the heck out of the thing, and the people will come to you. It's so, I can't tell you how many times that we've had this conversation with people, and it finally sells, like the next day it sells, and then 2 days later I get a call from a guy that would have paid more. Don't go knocking your price off yet. You just barely begun to let everybody know. So exactly. That's the thing.
And then the other thing is that, and this is my final point, Jill's probably got 6 or 17 more points. My final point is, go out and, if you want to sell it bad, and everybody does, don't just sit around and wait. We talked about this yesterday too.
True.
Go out there and find the buyer.
Yeah.
Go into Facebook, and wherever the property's located, forget about the fact that it's real estate. Mm-hmm. Just start talking about it. We have this super crazy property. You're going to find that. In our little world here, as Jill says, we're very comfortable. We're comfortable talking about property that's priced at $100 an acre, $300 an acre. The rest of the planet falls over with the first time they hear that.
Right.
And I mean the rest of the planet, literally. If you talk to somebody anywhere out of this country and you say, yeah, we just bought a 40-acre property for $5,000 and we're going to sell it for $10,000, they just look at you in amazement. Well, they don't believe you, first of all.
Right.
So it's all about getting the word out, not only about the property that you have here, but about the fact that you can actually buy a rural piece of real estate for $10,000 and live happily ever after.
Right.
And tell that story.
Right.
Go on to LandPin and see the story. Some of our successful members, you'll see them on there. In fact, this is what this is about, LandPin.
Yep.
Go on to LandPin, which is a website, land marketplace that Jill and I started a year ago, which is finally, I'm going to parlay it right into our the show. Hey,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that, yeah, that's the thing. LandPin.com is a great place to, when you see the property on LandPin and you see how well it's priced, you need to know that they bought it for a lot less than that.
Exactly.
So there you go.
That's why we started all this. That's exactly how this all started, because people would buy a piece of property from us and they would go enjoy it and they would call us back a month later and say, wait a minute, you have more property?
Right.
How the heck are you buying this so cheap?
I know that I bought it
Let
at a
me
great
in on
price.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How are you buying it even less than, what I paid? Hold on a moment.
So this thing from our regular land buyers went on, this line of questioning went on for, 15 years?
Yeah.
So we finally decided to shut them up and do something about it. So that's why we started this crazy thing called Land Academy now, Land Investors Now, Offers Academy now, whatever it's going to be.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
We don't even know what it is.
I know. It's so funny. I'm hiring right now, and it's so, we have some new staff members, and they look at us, like, what is that product? There's so many things. I'm like, don't worry about it. I can't even keep up. It's okay. I made this big bulletin board in the back of my office just so everybody can kind of go, all right, have a feel for what's out there, what's coming, when it's coming. And
in our executive office, where we train people in California, we have Joe put up a board, it's a whiteboard, but think of like wallpaper, but it's not. It's like a big roll of wallpaper, and we keep buying more wallpaper. Yeah, because it keeps going around the
room.
Like we buy a bunch of .coms. Everybody, our members ask us for tools to make it easier for them to buy and sell property, and so we just keep giving them to them.
Who else does that? Could you imagine? I'm trying to think of any other industry that you could say, you know what? I'm really having trouble with this. This doesn't work for me. Can you help me with a product that would solve this? What other industry would do that?
Oh, and can you include it? Don't even charge me for it.
That's
Can you
true.
include it in my monthly fee?
Exactly.
I don't want to pay anymore. I just need more stuff.
Hey, Cox, can you add, or whoever your cable provider is or something, can you please add these features? And I don't want to pay for it, by the way.
Hey, Cox Communications, I have cable TV. I want to remove 80% of the channels I don't watch. I only want the ones that I do watch, and I want you to lower my price.
Right. That's it. Could you imagine how great would that be? I only want the sports package, but I'm going to pick the sports that I want, and I want them for $1.
Yeah. Hey, utility company. Hey, utility company. I want all the electricity that you provide. I want you to provide light bulbs.
Yeah.
I want you to come over here and screw them in for me.
Right. And these taxes, they're just too much. What can you do about that for me?
What if marriage was like that?
I was waiting for that.
You get more benefit with less of the hassle.
Let me think. I'm trying to think of a good thing for a marriage. Like, hey, husband, can you rub my feet this way and not this way? And I want it every night. And then with my glass of wine, that last one wasn't that great.
I'm not even going to tell you what the male version of that is.
Yeah. So you need to up your wine game when you would bring me a glass of wine in the evenings. And let's see. And it's all for the same price, by the way, because I'm not changing a thing. This is what you get.
So the kid number 3, all kidding aside, I'm going to leave this Rated G show where it is right now. Our kid number 3 just changed school systems, and you look at the test scores of this new one, it's leaps and bounds better than the other one, the former one. And I said, it's not often that you can get a Cadillac for the price of a Chevy. And he looked at me cross-eyed, and I said, a Lexus for the price of a Toyota. And then he understood what I meant.
Oh, that's really funny.
But it's true. We keep adding stuff to our LandPin's an example. LandPin.com, it's free if you're a member of Land Investors. If you're not, it's half the price. If you want to post property and you're not part of the group because you're Mr. Know-It-All, and that's fine. You can post property on LandPin, but and it's half the price of the other of LandWatch and Land and Farm. Intentionally, it's literally half the price.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of how we roll. I kind of like that. Some of our other products, we're looking at it that way.
Did you ever notice that?
We're going to make it better in half.
All of our stuff's half the price.
Gee, like our property, better in half.
And we double our money.
Yeah.
Everything's half and double.
Yeah, funny. That's our theme. You're better in half.
Join us in another episode. What does that mean?
I don't know. Just
Join us in another, like the bottom half or the top half?
Woo! We'll leave it rated G.
Yeah. I'm digging your top half lately.
Thank you.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Okay, that last comment was not G. It was G.
But there's a lot of places we could have taken that.
That's true. Good thing we shut that down real quick.
What else would a husband do, Jill, that would work for you?
Oh,
like a feet rub. These are good things for me to know. And there's a lot of guys that are lost out there on this stuff.
Oh, you know what? You already do them. You're agreeable on stuff. If I throw out suggestions about dinner and things, you're easygoing. They need to be. And are most men easygoing?
I think so. I don't know. But most men don't know what they're doing.
Oh.
They just stumble around and wait for somebody to say you're doing good or you're stop it.
Got it. I hate to tell you this, but we know that.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition.